if you are listening to this right now, I want you to slow down for a moment. Not because this is dramatic, not because this is motivational, but because this is real. Somewhere inside you, there may be a quiet feeling you've carried for a long time. A feeling you don't always have words for. The feeling of trying your best and still wondering why it's never enough. Girls feel this early, earlier than anyone wants to admit. It starts before we understand it. A girl is not born doubting herself. She is born curious, loud, fearless, full of questions. But very quickly, the world starts shaping her. She is praised when she is polite, when she is obedient, when she is easy to manage. She is told she is good when she stays quiet, when she listens without questioning, when she doesn't make adults uncomfortable. No one says it directly, but she learns it anyway. Love comes with rules. Be nice. Be calm. Be agreeable. And slowly, she begins to understand that being herself is not always safe. Learning to take up less space. As she grows, the lessons become heavier. She learns how to sit, how to speak, how to dress. She learns when to smile and when to stay silent. She notices that boys are allowed to be loud, while girls are asked to be careful. Careful with their words, careful with their bodies, careful with their behavior. She begins shrinking herself without realizing she's doing it. Laughing less loudly, dreaming less openly, wanting less boldly, not because she wants to, but because it feels safer. When her body becomes public property, at some point, her body stops being just hers. Everyone has an opinion. Too thin, too fat, too dark, too fair, too covered, too exposed. She learns to see herself through mirrors built by other people's judgments. She starts comparing herself before she even knows who she is. She learns shame before she learns self-love. And the most painful part? She thinks this is normal. Teenage years, where confidence breaks quietly. Teenage years are where many girls lose parts of themselves. This is when insecurity becomes loud and validation becomes addictive. She is told to be confident, but not arrogant, to be attractive, but not asking for attention, to be smart, but not intimidating, to speak up, but not too much. And every time she crosses an invisible line, she is reminded of her place. So she edits herself. She thinks before she speaks. She doubts before she tries. She apologizes before she even knows why. She learns that being liked often matters more than being honest. Growing into a woman doesn't make it easier. Becoming a woman does not end the pressure. It multiplies it. Now, she must be successful, but not neglectful. Independent, but not threatening. Strong, but still soft. She must work hard, but also care for everyone else. She must chase her dreams, but never forget her responsibilities. And if she struggles, she is told to manage better. The double standards no one likes to admit. A man is assertive. A woman is aggressive. A man is ambitious. A woman is selfish. A man speaks his mind. A woman is emotional. A man makes mistakes. A woman is careless. And when a woman finally gets tired, she is told to be stronger. The emotional labor women carry. There is a kind of work women do that is rarely recognized. The emotional work. Being the listener, the caretaker, the organizer, the emotional support, remembering birthdays, sensing moods, managing tension. Women are taught to hold everything together, even when they are falling apart. They give, and give, and give, until there is nothing left. And when they finally say, "I'm tired," they are told, "So is everyone else." When the world's voice becomes her own, over time, something painful happens. the voice of society, becomes the voice inside her head. She doubts herself, even when she is capable. She minimizes her achievements. She questions her feelings. She stays quiet to avoid being called difficult. She stays small to avoid rejection. She starts believing that this is just how life is. But here is the truth. Here is the truth that is rarely spoken out loud. You were never too much. You were responding to a world that asked too much of you. Your emotions are not a weakness. They are a response to being unheard. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is awareness. Your anger is not ugly. It is often grief that had nowhere to go. Women are not weak. They are exhausted. Women are not weak. They are exhausted. Exhausted from explaining themselves, from proving their worth, from surviving quietly. Exhausted from being strong without support. Exhausted from being told their pain is normal. If this feels personal, if you are listening to this and something inside you feels heavy, this message is for you. If you've ever questioned your worth, if you've ever felt invisible, if you've ever cried alone because you didn't feel safe being honest, you are not broken. You are reacting to years of being unheard. You do not need permission. You do not need permission to take up space. You do not need permission to rest. You do not need permission to say no. You do not need permission to choose yourself. Your worth is not earned through sacrifice. Finding the voice you learn to silence. There is a voice inside you that learned to whisper. A voice that learned to wait, a voice that learned to doubt, but it is still there, and when you start listening to it again, things begin to change. You set boundaries. You speak honestly. You stop apologizing for existing. And yes, some people will be uncomfortable. That does not mean you are wrong. Why this channel exists. This channel is not about perfection. It is not about pretending everything is fine. It is about truth, about conversations we were never taught to have, about reminding women of what the world made them forget. Why? I'm asking you to stay. If this video made you feel seen, I don't want you to scroll away, feeling alone again. This space is for you. If you've ever felt unheard, subscribe. If you're tired of shallow content, subscribe. If you want honesty, depth, and humanity, subscribe. One last thing. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not weak. You are learning, unlearning, becoming. And you were always enough. Not when you prove it. Not when you change. Now, as you are. Stay. There is more truth to share here.